From the Panhandle to the pine forests, from Red River towns to the Kansas line, this is Home Radio, where every song feels like home. Good Saturday morning, Oklahoma. Today, Home Radio is opening the porch to the entire state with weather, statewide headlines, current events, useful weekend information, familiar voices, and country songs selected for a family-friendly broadcast. Pour a cup of coffee, settle in, and join Trey and the Home Radio family for the Saturday morning statewide show.
Good Saturday morning, friends, and welcome home. I am Trey, and today we are broadcasting with the whole state in mind. Maybe you are listening while the sun comes up over a wheat field near Enid. Maybe you are driving toward a ball field in Tulsa, checking cattle in western Oklahoma, opening a small business in a downtown square, preparing breakfast in Ardmore, or enjoying a quiet morning near the Kiamichi Mountains. Wherever this signal finds you, we are glad you pulled up a chair.
And I am glad you said chair, Trey, because every good country program needs a place to sit, a cup that stays warm, and enough time for a song to tell the truth without being rushed.
That may be the best description of Saturday morning radio I have heard. This program is planned for approximately 1 hour, and it is built differently from the pilot. We are using longer conversations, fewer scene changes, and complete music breaks. That means we can spend more time talking with the Home Radio family instead of jumping from one 10-second clip to another.
Which means the listener gets more conversation, the producer gets fewer headaches, and I get to finish a sentence before somebody plays a transition sound.
Exactly. We have Sadie with a statewide forecast, Pat with practical Oklahoma headlines, Miss Daisy and Coach B with events from several regions, Nurse Nancy with heat and hydration reminders, and later Farmer Joe and Uncle Walt will talk about rural life, local history, and the Oklahoma habit of helping a neighbor. We also have 6 country songs scheduled throughout the hour.
Confirm that the lyrics fit the station, save the download record, and those songs are candidate selections from Pixabay. They are listed as free for use under the Pixabay content license, but Home Radio still needs to listen to every track from beginning to end, check whether the track carries a content ID notice. Free to use does not mean skip the review.
That is important. We will not read or reproduce the lyrics in this guide. We will simply identify the track, introduce it, and require a final human review before broadcast. Our first candidate is called Country Hometown Anthem, Voices That Raised Me by Open Mind Audio. The title fits the heart of Home Radio, remembering the people who taught us how to work, how to laugh, how to keep going, and how to make a place feel like home.
Listen for the story, and while it plays, think of one voice that helped raise you. It may be a parent, grandparent, coach, pastor, teacher, neighbor, or friend. This is Home Radio, and this is Voices That Raised Me.
Hey, 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 oh, hey, hey, oh. On the road down, just off of the interstate, past the white lines where the fields roll and the rivers break, you'll find a four-way stop sign, a church on the corner, and a dairy bar. Right in the middle of nowhere, it's the middle of everything I know. The dirt that made me Friday night lights, back road crazies, all those prayers from mama that saved me. I'm grateful, the voices that raised me. I owe everything to that hometown, from the front porch view to the red dirt ground. Oh, I'm grateful for the voices right in the middle of nowhere. It's the middle of everything I know. The dirt that made me Friday night lights, back road crazies, all those prayers from mama that saved me. I'm grateful for the voices that raised me. I owe everything to that hometown, from the front porch view to the red dirt ground. Oh, I'm grateful for the voices that raised me. Yeah, they on, yeah, they on, yeah, they on.
Sadie, Saturday weather in Oklahoma is rarely one sentence. Somebody can be watching a storm in one county while somebody else is wondering whether the shade tree has started charging rent. What does the statewide picture look like for Saturday, August 1st?
Good morning, Trey. The broad statewide message is heat, sunshine, and a noticeable north to south difference in temperatures. Forecasts prepared earlier this week show somewhat cooler air settling into northern and eastern Oklahoma, while southern and southwestern communities remain hotter. Everyone still needs to treat the sun seriously, but the numbers are not identical from one end of the state to the other.
Let us start in central Oklahoma.
Around Oklahoma City and nearby central counties, Saturday is expected to be sunny or mostly sunny, with an afternoon high generally in the middle 90s. Earlier point forecasts ranged from about 94 to 97, depending on the exact location and update time. The morning should begin in the 70s. Outdoor work will be easier early, but the afternoon can still become uncomfortable quickly in direct sun.
What about north central Oklahoma?
Enid and much of north central Oklahoma are expected to be a little cooler, with sunshine and highs near 93. Friday night storm chances were appearing in parts of northern Oklahoma in earlier forecasts, but Saturday itself was trending drier. That does not remove the need to check radar before leaving home, especially after an overnight boundary or storm complex.
Moving east, Tulsa and northeast Oklahoma have had some storm chances in the forecast discussion.
That is right. The Tulsa Forecast Office noted that isolated showers or storms could linger into Saturday after late week activity, especially depending on how the front behaves. The current point forecast for Tulsa shows mostly sunny conditions with a high near 93 and a northeast breeze. The important phrase is current point forecast. Listeners should verify Saturday morning because an overnight storm can change cloud cover, road conditions, and temperatures.
How about east central Oklahoma?
McAllister and nearby communities are forecast near the lower to middle 90s with sunshine or mostly sunny skies and a north wind. Some forecasts showed gusts approaching 20 miles per hour. If you are setting up a canopy, farmer's market tent, sports shade, or event display, secure it properly. Wind does not have to be severe to turn a lightweight object into a problem.
Southeast Oklahoma usually holds on to the humidity.
It does. Around Broken Bow and the far southeast, Saturday forecasts show highs around 94 with a small rain chance. The air may feel hotter than the thermometer suggests. People visiting lakes, cabins, trails, or outdoor attractions should bring more water than they think they need and watch for changing clouds. Lightning is the main reason to leave the water quickly, even if the rain looks far away.
Let us move across southern Oklahoma.
Guymond and the Central Panhandle are forecast mostly sunny and hot, with highs near 99. The air may be drier than the southeast, but that does not make heat harmless. Dry heat can hide how much fluid a person is losing because sweat evaporates quickly. Wind can also increase fire danger when vegetation is dry, so follow local burn guidance and avoid anything that could throw sparks.
It sounds like the statewide summary is a little cooler north and east, still very hot south and west, and always verify storms and warnings before heading out.
Exactly. Here is the Home Radio Saturday checklist. First, check the latest National Weather Service forecast and local alerts. Second, plan the hardest outdoor activity before late morning. Third, carry water and provide shade for people and animals. Fourth, never leave a child, older adult, or pet in a parked vehicle. Fifth, if thunder is heard, go indoors. And sixth, give yourself permission to change the plan. A safe Saturday is better than a stubborn Saturday.
That last line belongs on a refrigerator magnet. Sadie, thank you. Before we move to Pat and the statewide headlines, Cowboy Jack has a song that fits anybody who has prayed through a long week.
Our second candidate track is Country Faith Song, Warm Prayers by Open Mind Audio. Home Radio will complete a full lyric and license review before air. If approved, let this one remind you that a prayer does not have to sound polished to be sincere.
I have said so many warm prayers, and I've worn them all night long, but they get to God somehow. Even when they're worn, there's just something about the worn prayers. There's just something about the worn prayers. There's just something about the worn prayers that get to God somehow.
The same words in my mind as I drove home last night, as I knelt in my bedside, as I tossed and turned and tried to get it right. Warm prayers.
There's just something about the warm prayers. There's just something about the warm prayers. There's just something about the warm prayers that get to God somehow. Well, I've spent so many nights searching for some peace of mind,
But peace will always come in time, just before the morning light. There's just something about the morning. There's just something about the morning. There's just something about the morning. Just before the light.
I have said so many warm prayers, and I've worn them all night long, but they get to God somehow. Even when they're warm.
Pat, we are avoiding rumor, outrage bait, and headlines that disappear by lunchtime. What statewide stories can listeners actually use?
Good morning, Trey. I selected 6 practical stories from Oklahoma government sources. They affect households, schools, communities, and local planning across the state. As always, program details and funding can change, so listeners should confirm information directly with the responsible agency.
Start with the heat, because that is what many families are dealing with right now.
Oklahoma Human Services opened online enrollment for the Summer Cooling Energy Assistance Program in July. The program is part of the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, commonly called LHAPE, and helps eligible households with summer cooling utility bills. Some households may already have been pre-authorized and notified. Others can review eligibility and apply through the agency's official online system.
That is the kind of information worth sharing carefully. Not everybody needs the program, but somebody listening may know a family choosing between groceries and keeping the house cool.
Exactly. When sharing assistance information, send people to the official agency rather than collecting private documents or account details yourself. The second headline also involves weather preparation. The Oklahoma Insurance Department opened another round of the Strengthen Oklahoma Homes Grant Program. Eligible homeowners can apply for grants of up to $10,000 toward qualifying roof upgrades designed to better withstand high wind and hail.
$10,000 is meaningful, but I imagine the details matter.
They do. Eligibility, inspection, contractor, and construction requirements apply. Listeners should use the insurance department's official information before signing a contract or paying anyone who claims they can guarantee a grant. Programs like this can attract dishonest solicitations, so verify the company and the process.
What is happening in agriculture and schools?
The Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry is accepting applications for the Local Foods for Schools program for fiscal year 2027. The program is designed to reimburse participating schools for qualifying purchases of Oklahoma-grown and locally produced food. This can connect school meal programs with farmers, ranchers, producers, and food businesses inside the state.
That is a headline with more than one benefit. Local producers gain a customer, and students see more of Oklahoma on the lunch tray.
The same department also announced that applications are available for the Urban and Community Forestry Assistance Grant Program. Those grants are intended for eligible local governments, tribal organizations, nonprofits, and other qualifying groups working on community tree projects. Trees are not only decoration. They can provide shade, reduce heat around buildings and sidewalks, improve stormwater management, and strengthen public spaces.
That connects directly to what Sadie said. A shade tree is long-term heat planning.
Our fifth headline concerns Oklahoma schools and substance use prevention. The Attorney General's office launched Oklahoma Ready, a statewide opioid prevention initiative for middle and high schools. The program offers a prevention curriculum at no cost to participating districts and includes skills related to decision-making, communication, coping, and refusing unauthorized substances. A facilitator training was scheduled for August 3rd in Tulsa, so schools interested in the program should review the current application and training details.
That is a difficult subject, but prevention conversations belong before a crisis, not only after one.
The sixth headline is about local government revenue. The Oklahoma Tax Commission reported that July sales tax distributions returned approximately $213.5 million to cities and towns, while counties shared about $37.9 million in sales tax distributions. Those collections primarily reflect earlier business activity. Local leaders use revenue information while planning services, roads, public safety, parks, and other community needs.
When people hear a statewide dollar figure, it can sound distant, but it eventually becomes a question about the street, the fire department, the library, the water system, or the park in a real town.
That is right. Here is the larger theme connecting these stories. Cooling assistance helps families now. Stronger roofs prepare homes for future storms. Local food programs connect schools and producers. Forestry grants invest in public spaces. Prevention programs invest in young people. And local revenue supports the services communities depend on.
Pat, before we close the desk, give listeners a quick verification rule.
Use 3 checks. Check the date. Check the agency. Check what action is actually required. A real program usually has written eligibility rules, a clear application process, and official contact information. Be cautious when a social media post asks for urgent payment, private identification, or banking information.
Thank you, Pat. Useful, calm, and statewide. Cowboy Jack, what do you have between the headlines and the community calendar?
A song for the people who build, repair, haul, teach, clean, cook, care, and keep showing up. Our third candidate is working class country anthem, Worn Hands by Open Mind Audio. Let us play it for the hands that make Oklahoma work.
Monday morning's early shift. Woke up like it's time again. Gotta punch the clock, put in the work. Bags under my eyes, yeah, my body hurts. I can't complain. Nah, it ain't no big deal. Ain't no white collars here, 'cause I got blue collar bills. These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same with his worn hands.
Man, my boys work hard, but not quite as hard as me. I bust my ass for them, and my old man taught me that nothing good in life comes free.
These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same with his worn hands. I do it for my kin, the ones that came before me and the ones that'll come after them. We won't let that blue collar fade. If you like me, let me hear you say these worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same with his worn hands.
Miss Daisy, we need a statewide calendar that does not pretend everybody lives within 10 minutes of Oklahoma City. What is happening around the state?
Good morning, Oklahoma. I have events in Central, Southwest, North Central, Eastern, and North Central Oklahoma. Every listener should confirm final hours, tickets, weather plans, and accessibility information before traveling because schedules can change.
Let us begin with the largest event on the list.
The American Quarter Horse Association Youth World Championship is underway at the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. The event runs from July 27th through August 9th and brings youth competitors, families, horses, and equestrian events to the city. Saturday visitors should check the current competition schedule, parking instructions, admission information, and heat policies before arriving.
That event brings people from well beyond Oklahoma, and it gives young competitors a major stage.
It does. My reminder is that horse and livestock events involve long days for animals, competitors, parents, volunteers, and staff. Hydration, shade, appropriate footwear, and patience matter. Spectators should follow barn and arena rules and avoid approaching animals without permission.
In southwest Oklahoma, the Mountain View Free Fair reaches its final day Saturday at Tolbert Park in Mountain View. The fair is one of the state's long-running community celebrations and includes carnival rides, games, arts and crafts, exhibits, hometown food stands, and live entertainment. Admission is listed as free, but individual rides or activities may have costs.
That sounds like the kind of fair where somebody knows your grandparents before you finish introducing yourself.
Exactly, and that is part of the charm. In Enid, the Cherokee Strip Regional Heritage Center is featuring the Brushes in the Heartland exhibit through August 8th. The exhibit highlights Oklahoma rural life and landscapes through the work of 2 Oklahoma artists with strong ties to farming communities. Museum hours and admission should be verified before the drive.
That is a good indoor choice during the hottest part of the afternoon.
In eastern Oklahoma, the Roxy Theater in Muskogee is hosting Branson's Pierce Arrow on Saturday with 2 performances, one listed for 2 in the afternoon and another at 7:30 in the evening. The program includes country music, vocals, comedy, and a live band. Tickets are listed in the $35 to $45 range, but listeners should check availability and final show information.
And Stillwater has music outside Saturday night.
Yes, Block 34 in Stillwater is hosting Shredfest at 7 o'clock Saturday evening as part of the free B34 live concert series. The lineup includes regional musicians, and the event is designed as a community outdoor concert. Bring a chair or blanket, check the weather, and confirm any site rules before leaving home.
For families who are not near one of those events, the statewide activity challenge is simple. Choose one local place you have not visited in the last year. It could be a library, small museum, state park, downtown mural, farmer's market, walking trail, community pool, local ball game, or historic site. The goal is not to spend a lot. The goal is to notice where you live.
That may be the most home radio event of all, discovering the place already around you.
And please build the day around the people going with you. Check for shade, seating, restrooms, sensory needs, mobility access, food restrictions, and the time everyone can realistically enjoy. An event is not a success if the whole family is miserable before the first hour is over.
Miss Daisy and Coach B, thank you. Cowboy Jack, we have fairs, horses, art, theaters, and outdoor music. What belongs next?
Something light for a summer drive. Our 4th candidate is Country Summer Love Song Back Road Summer by Open Mind Audio. Roll down the window in your imagination and let the back road carry us into the second half of the hour.
In the summer, when the river runs low, and the bugs come out and the frogs are on the road. In the summer, when you wanna get drunk, so you fill a Yeti cup and the radio's up. In the summer, when the fire gets higher than the tops of the trees, and you lose track of time like the world don't need you at home in bed, when the crickets start to sing, and you're falling in love and you don't even know how it happened so fast, and you're just about to go and she kisses you first in the summer, on a riverbank in the summer, with the radio up.
In the summer, when you're out on a back road, and you hold hands slow, and the radio's low. In the summer, when the fireflies light on a Carolina night, and it feels so right.
In the summer, when the fire gets higher than the tops of the trees, and you lose track of time like the world don't need you at home in bed, when the crickets start to sing, and you're falling in love and you don't even know how it happened so fast, and you're just about to go when she kisses you first in the summer, on a riverbank in the summer, with the radio up, on a riverbank, on on the riverbank,
On the riverbank,
on the riverbank,
on the riverbank.
in the summer. When the fire gets higher than the tops of the trees, and you lose track of time like the world don't need you at home in bed. When the crickets start to sing and you're falling in love and you don't even know how it happened so fast, and you're just about to go when she kisses you first in the summer, on a riverbank in the summer, with the radio up.
Nurse Nancy, Sadie has given us the forecast, but a number does not always tell people when the heat is becoming dangerous. What should families watch for?
The first step is to pay attention before someone looks seriously ill. Heat stress often begins with thirst, headache, dizziness, unusual tiredness, nausea, muscle cramps, heavy sweating, or a person saying they simply do not feel right. Stop the activity, move to a cooler place, loosen unnecessary clothing, and begin cooling and hydration if the person is awake and able to drink.
People sometimes try to finish the task first.
That is a common mistake. The lawn, fence, practice, booth, or project can wait. The body may not. Confusion, fainting, seizures, very hot skin, inability to drink, or a person who is not responding normally can be signs of a medical emergency. Call 911 and begin cooling while help is coming.
Who needs extra attention during a hot weekend?
Children, older adults, people with heart or lung conditions, people taking certain medications, outdoor workers, athletes, pregnant people, people without dependable air conditioning, and anyone recovering from illness may be at higher risk. Pets and livestock also need water, shade, and observation. Medication questions belong with a pharmacist or health professional. People should not stop a prescribed medicine because of something heard on the radio.
Give us a practical plan for a family attending an outdoor event.
Start hydrating before leaving home. Carry water for each person. Use light clothing, sun protection, and shade. Schedule a cooling break before anyone asks for one. Know where the air-conditioned building, first aid station, or vehicle is located. Never use a parked vehicle as a waiting room without active cooling and adult supervision. And do not leave a child, older adult, or pet alone in the vehicle for any amount of time.
What about neighbors and people living alone?
Make a real check, not only a social media comment. Call, visit when appropriate, or ask whether the air conditioning is working. Offer cold water, a ride to a cooling location, or help contacting an assistance program. If a person seems confused, weak, or medically unstable, get professional help.
We also have families who avoid outdoor events because of sensory overload, disability, chronic illness, or anxiety. Sometimes they feel pressure to participate anyway.
A safe plan is a valid plan. Staying home, leaving early, using headphones, bringing medical supplies, requesting accommodations, or choosing an indoor activity is not failure. Health needs do not have to be explained to every person who asks. Build a weekend your household can actually manage.
Nurse Nancy, close with the 5 things we should remember.
Water before thirst, shade before exhaustion, breaks before symptoms, check-ins before crisis, emergency help when a person is confused, unconscious, seizing, or dangerously overheated. This is general wellness information, not individual medical advice.
Thank you, Nurse Nancy. Cowboy Jack, I think the next song belongs to anybody who has had to stand back up.
Our 5th candidate is Country Comeback Anthem, Standing Taller by Open Mind Audio. This one is for the person who is not where they want to be yet, but is standing a little taller than yesterday.
a slave to the whiskey, cashed my paycheck in a bottle, almost went under the water. But now I'm standing taller, I'm standing taller. I lost my house and my job, and I was sleeping in my car. Could've just laid down and gave up, but now I'm standing taller. I'm standing taller. I was dead and gone, 6 feet down on my last breath. No way out, but I refused to stay there any longer. Yeah, now I'm standing taller. I lost a friend, lost a lover, then I lost another. Thought that I'd never recover, but now I'm standing tall, I'm standing taller. I fell flat on my face, but I'm back on my feet. I never thought I'd ever leave, but now I'm standing tall, I'm standing taller. I'm standing taller. I was dead and gone, 6 feet down on my last breath. No way out, but I refused to stay there any longer. Yeah, now I'm standing taller. I was dead and gone, 6 feet down on my last breath. No way out, but I refuse to stay there any longer. Now I'm standing taller. I'm standing taller. I'm standing taller. I'm standing taller.
Farmer Joe. The statewide headlines included local food for schools and forestry grants. Those programs sound official, but they begin with ordinary people growing, planting, hauling, and planning. What does that look like from your side of the fence?
It looks like early mornings, weather decisions, equipment repairs, paperwork, fuel, feed, irrigation, customers, and a lot of work nobody sees in the final product. When a school buys Oklahoma food, that purchase can support more than one farm. It can support a processor, driver, market, equipment dealer, and community. Local does not mean simple, but it can mean the dollars and relationships stay closer to home.
What should listeners understand when they visit a farmer's market or buy directly from a producer?
Ask respectful questions. Find out what is in season, how to store it, and how the producer recommends using it. Do not assume the smallest farm has the smallest expenses. Do not compare a locally grown tomato to the cheapest mass market tomato without recognizing the difference in scale, labor, and freshness. And if you cannot buy something, a kind conversation and a shared post can still help.
Uncle Walt, 2026 is the Route 66 centennial year. Oklahoma has more miles of the historic road than any other state. What does a highway have to do with a Saturday morning show?
A highway is a string of stories connected by pavement. Route 66 carried families looking for work, travelers chasing possibility, soldiers, truck drivers, musicians, tourists, and local people going about ordinary life. Oklahoma towns learned how to welcome strangers, sell a meal, repair a tire, offer a bed, and point somebody toward the next place.
Some communities grew with the traffic and others struggled when the traffic moved away.
That is part of the honest history. Progress creates opportunity, but it can also leave places behind. The centennial gives Oklahoma a chance to celebrate neon signs, diners, motels, bridges, museums, and music, but it should also honor the workers and communities who kept those places alive when the road was no longer fashionable.
That sounds a lot like agriculture. People notice the farm when food prices change, the weather turns bad, or a festival wants a tractor. The rest of the year, the work keeps happening quietly.
Quiet work is the backbone of a state. The person opening a cafe before daylight, driving a school bus, fixing a water line, checking a patient, cleaning a public building, or volunteering at a fair may never become a headline. But remove enough quiet workers and the whole community notices.
Cowboy Jack. Country music has always carried stories about work, roads, towns, families, faith, mistakes, and second chances. What makes a song feel true without requiring every detail to be literally true?
A true song recognizes something honest. Maybe the singer never lived your exact life, but the feeling lands in the right place. The best country song does not have to shout that it is country. It gives you a person, a place, a choice, and a consequence. Then it leaves enough room for your own memory to sit beside it.
So when home radio chooses music, the standard is not only whether the track is free to download.
Correct. It has to fit the audience, the moment, and the station. We listen for language, themes, hidden references, audio quality, and whether the song works on Facebook, YouTube, and the audio version. We also save the Pixabay page, download date, creator name, license information, and any Content ID certificate.
Uncle Walt, give us one front porch challenge for the weekend.
Ask somebody older than you about a road, store, school, church, farm, job, or neighborhood they remember. Do not interrupt the first answer with your own story. Let them finish, then write down one detail. History disappears one unrecorded conversation at a time.
Farmer Joe, your challenge.
Eat one thing grown or made in Oklahoma and learn the name of the person, farm, town, or business connected to it.
Cowboy Jack.
Listen to one song all the way through without skipping, scrolling, or talking over it.
Those are 3 good assignments. Our final song is Simple Things by Tadashi Keiji.
When I was young, I used to see my father sitting quietly on the porch with a coffee cup, letting the night sky open up. I never knew what filled his mind, a weight I couldn't see at the time. Now the years have brought me here with the same old doubts, the same old fears. The silence speaks, I understand the heavy load that makes a man. Now I sit where he used to stay, with too many thoughts at the end of the day. A quiet moment, nothing to prove, just simple things to help me move. Back then I thought he looked alone, but now I feel what I should have known. It wasn't silence, it was the load, the kind of father carries on the road. Now I find comfort in the still, the porch, the night, the time to heal. Now I sit where he used to stay, with too many thoughts at the end of the day. nothing to prove, just simple things to help me move. It's not the coffee, it's not the chair, it's finding a little time out there to lay your burdens down, let the silence speak. That's the kind of truth a man will keep. Now I sit where I used to stay, with too many thoughts at the end of the day. A quiet moment, nothing to prove, just simple things to help me move. Now I sit where I used to stay, with too many thoughts at the end of the day. A quiet moment, nothing to prove, just simple things to help me move.
Good Saturday morning, Oklahoma. During this hour, we traveled from the Panhandle to the southeast without leaving the porch. Sadie reminded us that weather is local even when the heat is statewide. Pat gave us assistance programs, grants, school initiatives, and community information that can be checked and used. Miss Daisy and Coach B showed us fairs, horses, art, theater, and outdoor music. Nurse Nancy reminded us that safety begins before symptoms. Farmer Joe, Uncle Walt, and Cowboy Jack helped us connect work, history, roads, food, and music. Before the day becomes busy, choose one thing from the program. Check on a neighbor, verify an assistance program, visit a local event, buy from an Oklahoma producer, ask an older person for a story, drink water before going outside, or simply listen to one song with your full attention. Thank you for allowing home radio into your home, vehicle, workplace, porch, barn, kitchen, or weekend routine. Keep comments respectful, protect private information, confirm event and weather details before traveling. And remember that current information always takes priority over a pre-recorded show during severe weather or a public emergency. From the heart of Oklahoma to wherever you call home, I am Trey. Take care of yourself, notice somebody else, and leave room in the day for something good. This is Home Radio, where every song feels like home.
You have been listening to the Home Radio Saturday Morning Statewide Show for August 1st, 2026. Follow Home Radio for upcoming programs, character features, community stories, and schedule updates. Weather, headlines, events, and music selections should be verified before rebroadcast. Until next time, keep the porch light on, keep a place at the table, and welcome home.